After watching the drama of the Shanghai lockdown unfold for 3 weeks, some observers aren't convinced that internal political struggle and the crazy zero-COVID policy are the only reasons behind the chaos in Shanghai. There seems to be another factor that's driving China's most sophisticated city into a battleground for food, sanitation, and basic survival needs. What made the CCP leaders so determined to shut down Shanghai while completely ignoring the economic, human, and even political cost and disregarding all consequences? And why are the authorities conducting a stress test in the city? What is the CCP preparing for? Hello everyone, I'm Lei. Welcome to my show. What happened in Shanghai in the past weeks defies all logic. Shanghainese are very proud of their city's efficiency and industrialization, and what went on seemed very odd. Even though zero COVID is Xi Jinping's brainchild, he did recently say that pandemic prevention should be carried out at the least cost. But Shanghai has carried it out at all cost. Is it possible that what's going on in Shanghai is about more than just zero COVID? Chinese media reported that the Shanghai Automotive Group, or SAIC, the largest automaker in China, will launch a stress test on April 18th to resume work and production, including core auto parts subsidiaries. It also said that after meeting the goal of COVID prevention, SAIC's factories will be operating in a closed-loop fashion to ensure the safety of staff, materials, and the work environment. After the current phase of lockdown is over, the enterprise will operate in a bubble, meaning people inside the factories cannot leave and people from outside cannot enter. Why does the CCP need to conduct this stress test with a closed-loop concept? There's a view that Beijing is conducting comprehensive stress tests to prepare for international sanctions in the eventuality of war. It is to prepare Chinese families, businesses, cities, and the entire country to be ready to subsist on internal circulation of production and consumption if China is cut from the outside world. And this is one of the reasons behind the massive city closures in China. If we follow this theory, it seems that the 4 Chinese cities that have recently experienced major lockdowns were not randomly chosen. Shenzhen, Shanghai, Changchun, and Xi'an are 4 strategically important cities for the CCP in times of war. Shenzhen and Shanghai are China's 2 major financial and international trade centers. China's 2 prominent stock exchanges are located in Shanghai and Shenzhen. Shanghai is the municipality that has contributed the most to the nation's GDP, and Guangdong, the province where Shenzhen is located, has the largest GDP among all Chinese provinces. Xi'an was China's oldest and most glamorous capital city in ancient times and was called Chang'an. It has been locked down twice in recent months. Xi'an is an important city for the CCP's military and aerospace industries. It is far from the coastline and is strategically safer than Shanghai and Beijing. In 2020, there were talks that Xi Jinping wanted to move the capital to Xi'an. Changchun, like Xi'an, is also a key military industrial city. Changchun is seat of the Northeast Industry Group, a subsidiary of the defense corporation Norinco, the China Aviation Development Changchun Company, and the Changchun Institute of Optics under the Chinese Academy of Sciences, in addition to several military factories. These 4 major cities cover China from north to the south and from the coast to the inland, and are the backbone of China in times of war. It seems that they were strategically chosen for the lockdown stress test. Perhaps the leaders believe that if these 4 core cities are ready, the rest of China will be relatively prepared. In Shanghai, some people commented that the modular hospitals that were hurriedly built look more like wartime hospitals than quarantine centers. In addition, a news release by Anhui.com on April the 18th mentioned that a Major General Military Political Commissar joined the Communist Party's Standing Committee of Jiangsu Province, a coastal province near Shanghai. Some analysts suspect that having military officers join the top leadership in the coastal province is also part of the CCP's war preparations. While these cities were going through stress tests, where did Xi Jinping go? He went to Hainan Island, the southernmost Chinese province known as the Hawaii of China. Xi didn't go there for vacation. From April 10th to 13th, he visited the Yazhou Bay Seed Laboratory and the Sanya Institute of Oceanography. CCTV said his visits were two strategically important events. Yazhou Bay Seed Laboratory was established in May 2021. Chinese media reported that in less than a year, 40 teams, 750 researchers, 1,158 graduate students, 56 postdoctoral students, as well as 20 academicians from the Chinese Academy of Sciences are working there. The laboratory is tasked with the research and development of new high-yielding, high-quality soybean varieties that will result in a 45 to 50% production increase. China relies heavily on imported agriculture seeds. I made a video on that called China's New Chip War. Imagine if Beijing starts a war, it will definitely face strong sanctions from the United States and Europe. Losing access to seeds would cause famine. That's why Xi Jinping wants to elevate seed security to the level of national security. After inspecting the seed lab, she went to the Sanya Institute of Oceanography that was established in May 2019. According to Chinese media, the institute is focused on two areas. One, to build a three-dimensional observation network in the South China Sea, and two, to take the lead in building a South China Sea ocean data center. The day after Xi's visit, Professor Zhao Wei, the vice president of the institute, revealed in an interview that his deep-sea 3D observation and information service team has built the most extensive international ocean observation system in the South China Sea. The system covers most of the deep-sea waters in the South China Sea, and some of the observation data can be transmitted to land in real time through satellites. But what the report fails to mention is that the Yalong Bay in the area has the largest nuclear submarine base in Asia, the Hainan nuclear submarine base. It can berth a total of 16 submarines of various types. Might Xi Jinping have visited there too? While in Hainan, she made an easily overlooked but critical remark. After reiterating the importance of the dynamic zero-COVID policy, he called for the strict implementation for preventive control measures in a normalizing fashion. The term normalizing is a troublesome word. As we all know, the pandemic has entered its third year and is not going away. By normalizing strict city lockdowns, is he saying that city closures will be a norm in China now? On April 10th, the CCP's State Council issued a directive titled Opinions on Accelerating the Construction of a Unified National Market. It calls for the acceleration to establish mechanisms to centrally manage national resources and markets. Building a unified national market allows the party's Central Committee to control all economic resources and activities in the country. The Soviet Union, Nazi Germany, and Japan implemented wartime economic controls during World War II to meet the needs of the war. Is this new policy another measure the CCP is implementing in anticipation of war? The above is a speculative analysis of what's going on in China. Now let's learn the names of some Chinese cities. The word Jing means capital. So Beijing is northern capital, Bei is north, south is Nan, therefore Nanjing is the southern capital. It is located near Shanghai and was the capital during Chiang Kai-shek's rule. Xi is west. The western capital is Xijing, but it's not called Xijing now, it's called Xi'an. Xi'an is a hybrid of Xijing and Chang'an, its name in ancient times. Interestingly, the eastern capital is not a Chinese city, it's Dongjing, Tokyo. So now you've learned the 4 Chinese words for north, south, east, and west. That's 北, 南, 东, and 西. And the 4 corresponding capital cities, Beijing, Nanjing, Dongjing or Tokyo, and Xi'an. By the way, Xi'an is the most ancient Chinese capital and was the capital city of 13 dynasties. Nanjing was the capital city of 6 dynasties and Beijing 5. Here's the video about China's dependence on foreign agriculture seeds and a video about the Taiwan War. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.